This is One Ogden. I'm John Miles.
No pressure.
All good. Let me.
Okay, so what you guys have? What, 4 singles right now? Is that?
5 now. Yeah, on Friday we dropped our newest single, "First Night on Earth."
And so I haven't heard that.
Dude, how should we talk about this? Because like we're talking like we're in the future, but it's confusing me now.
I've never tried to do that before either.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I'm thinking about podcasts that I listen to where they talk about things that happened after the episode aired.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah,
I
I'll just
ask the question
yeah.
one more time. I got this. By the time this podcast airs, a single will have released on the 21st.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so then, like, how does that work with the show? Like, 5-6 song set? Is that what you're doing? Like, you guys, you
How
don't
long is
really.
our set?
I mean,
I
you
think
have the one cover. Do you do other covers for your set? Like, do you try to fill out a set with, how's that working?
We'll have, I think, 10 songs.
10 originals.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, by the time the show comes, our EP will be released, and we'll have like 10
About
tracks
10
that we'll be
songs.
playing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'll have a full EP by the time the show is.
Yep.
All right.
It releases on the 28th.
Yeah, and this was very like we didn't really plan it that way.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, so like Earthworm booked the show, and for the 29th at Kamikazes, everybody should come to that. But yeah, so Earthworm booked the show for the 29th, and when we were just like filling out who was gonna play, I was like, oh cool, like Sootah should do a set. Earthworm's gonna do a DJ set. Then we have Marnie from Cop Kid doing a DJ set as well. So when we got our masters back for the EP, we're like, when should we release this? Let's do it as soon as possible. But there's obviously like a time frame in which you have to like upload it to drop it. And we were just thinking like, why don't we just drop it the day before the show? So it's like, we can push that, push the show, push the EP like simultaneously.
Yeah. Good idea. Sounds like you planned it.
Yeah. It sounds like we
Kind
planned
of
it,
just
but we
worked
didn't.
out.
So it is Friday the 29th.
Yep.
It's
Saturday the 29th.
Saturday,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so you're going to play with Earthworm.
So Earthworm's doing his own DJ set. Like he's gonna be playing by himself. It's not gonna be raps. He's gonna
He's DJing?
Yeah, he's gonna be DJing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll be like Earthworm parentheses DJ set.
And so then you guys will do your full 10 and you'll have your EP. I mean, do you sell physical EPs anymore? No. Are you like burning CDs in your...
No. So I mean, I kind of got a funny story about this. So Earthworm and I dropped Always the Sun, our EP in 2020, and that was the last project that we did hard copies for. And the only reason we did hard copies is because I wanted one hard copy. I was like, that's the only reason we did hard copies. Because our very first album that we dropped, like we printed 1,000 CDs, and then we had an album release party, and we sold like probably 80% of them and made a good chunk of change. And then the next album release that we had for Flowers, we also printed 1,000 CDs and we sold maybe 50. And because at that point, it's like streaming became super popular. Like Spotify wasn't popular when our first album came out. So at that point, like streaming became super popular. Nobody was buying CDs. So we both were just like, okay, we should probably not print CDs anymore. Then the next album came out. We're like, we should probably print a couple CDs. So we printed like 250 CDs. We're like, okay, we can find 250 people to buy CDs. We sold like maybe 10.
Really?
But I mean, a lot of people like saved on Spotify and like added to playlists and stuff. So like, I mean, it's good for us, like, from like a digital perspective, like online. But it got to a point where we're just done with CDs. We started doing things a little bit more like, oh my God, it's turning into like an Earthworm thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cody.
Good job.
But we wanted to do like unique ideas for how to like give music to people. So like our last album release, we made Game Boy cartridges. Like we found fake or like empty like Game Boy Color cartridges, and like we put USB drives in them, and like loaded the album on there with
That's fucking cool.
like unreleased music as well.
Really?
Like bonus tracks, yeah, and like that's what we were selling at the show.
That's
and,
awesome.
Like, a cool
That's
commodity.
a great idea.
Yeah, a cool commodity like that, or like cassettes are popping now too. Like, so yeah, in terms of Sootah, I don't think we'll be doing hard copies. I don't know, unless you want to. Like, I mean,
don't think it would
the
Makes sense.
the CD store that we went to shut down. So I
Yeah.
don't know how we would do it.
Yeah, it's not like you can put dance music on a vinyl either. So
Yeah.
Oh, we could. Oh, we definitely could. I would just have to remaster, or Nate would have to remaster the entire thing though
yeah,
for vinyl, which is a whole other thing.
yeah.
I would have to sneeze in like 2 seconds.
Bless you.
Video too, I'm assuming. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, was Simple Things the first song you guys wrote?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the first one.
And then what made you decide to do the cover? I can't think of the name right now. Oh, Enjoy the Silence. Was there something about that song that you guys decided that was the right one to cover?
I think we like wanted to just do a cover just because we wanted to make it our own way, and like, you know, when you do a cover, obviously it appeals to the people that already originally loved that song anyways, and like see a different perspective on it. So it kind of just so happened that we were listening to a lot of 80s music at that time, and we were just like, this would work perfectly for a cover, so why not do this one? So yeah.
It's the same vibe that we're going for too. It's like it's dance music from the 80s, but it's like it's sad. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I feel like it just fit our vibe
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah, definitely.
I got this thing where I hate 80s music, but I love almost all covers of 80s music. And so yeah, yours, it's got like that heavy bass line and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like let's just kind of like to get into your process a little bit, let's dissect that song because did it start with some did you guys use samples?
No.
I don't think
No.
we did.
No, like it was all 100% Cody on guitar.
That's what I was wondering because I heard the guitar. I like the guitar. The guitar riff's also good. That distortion.
Yeah.
And did you play the bass or is that like a
Bass is all electronic.
It's
like-
yeah,
yeah.
synth bass.
Yeah.
And so when it's synth bass, do you play it?
Yeah, I'd program it.
Yeah.
Like,
But like you're playing a MIDI keyboard or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, not like I mean drum samples obviously, but
Mhm.
like just like one shot like drum samples, kick, snare, hi hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean all the instrumentations, it's mostly guitar. There's a lot of like really weird dark elements in the background of that song that aren't very noticeable, but they'd be noticeable if they weren't in the song. Just like weird, creepy, airy pads and like weird synths that are like reversed and all this weird shit. Just this weird producer shit that nobody will hear but me. So it's like it's a very simple song in terms of structure. If you look at it like high level.
Yeah.
But then do you get into some of that, Cody, like the synthy stuff? Are you doing some of that?
Yeah, in some places, but I don't know. It's always interesting to like see his process, and then I'll usually just kind of jump in and be like, "Hey, what if we do it like this way a little bit?"
Yeah.
Or like, you know, vice versa, and then it just kind of works out when we kind of collaborate in that way. So
Yeah. I mean, because he hears shit that I don't hear.
Yeah.
And like likewise, like
Yeah.
I hear shit that he doesn't hear.
Yeah. And so then like how's that going to work live? Like you're going to be playing some instruments while you're doing the singing?
Mm-hmm.
And is it mostly guitar? You'll just have a guitar and
It's actually mostly going to be the drum pad.
Oh.
So I have like an Alesis Strike multi-pad that we basically put in our own samples of like portions of our song. So for me to trigger, and then that's primarily what I'll be doing. And then also in Enjoy the Silence, I'll be playing guitar as well. But yeah.
And yeah, I actually was wondering how that works. So like you'll have a certain loop that's in your song. You just hit one pad one time and it plays that loop at the right moment.
Yeah, they have different triggers. Some are loops, some are like one shots. So then there's like some snare in there. There's some like key sounds in there. There's some like different background sounds. Like it just kind of varies. And then like he'll also be playing like his setup as well with like finger pads as well. So we'll have like kind of more of a dynamic set than usual DJs typically do. So it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
because that's what I was. It's like it's almost like a DJ set, but it's also kind of like a concert, and so you're like kind of walking a fine line there.
Yeah, it's more of like a performance set the way we'll have it for our show at Kamikazes, because it's basically like full mic. I'll have my guitar with an amp. I'll have the drum pad. He'll have his full DJ rig, and then he'll also have his like pad set up as well. And like, yeah, it'll be cool.
And are there like vocal filters or effects?
I do have a vocal processor that's for like portions of different songs, like they will have like heavy effects, but primarily it's just going to be like traditional reverb and stuff. But for like Enjoy the Silence, there'll be like a certain effect for that one, and then for First Night on Earth, that one will have a different effect as well, just because the vocals are so different than the rest of our songs. So there'll be different things in there. Yeah.
And have you guys thought about, like, I don't know, where are you going to play sets? Is it you're going to look for dance clubs or concert venues? How do you walk that line?
Very good question. I mean, so we have a performance set, like Cody said, that's a lot more like pad heavy. It's a lot more technical in the sense that we're like playing a lot of the sounds that you're hearing. But we're also going to be doing DJ sets as well. So it'll be like I said earlier, like Sootah parentheses DJ set.
Yeah.
So our plan is to, yes, do performance sets like where it's applicable. So a place like this show where it's, lends very much more to kind of like artistry. But if we, play like a club in Salt Lake or something like that, that would be like a DJ set.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have thought about that. Ogden is kind of like, there's not a big scene for electronic music here in terms of dance music specifically. Electronic, like pop music for sure, but like dance music, house, techno. There's not much of a scene for it in Ogden. So besides maybe like Alleged, but we would have to go to Salt Lake to play clubs or music venues down there if we want to do more of like the EDM type scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's not any dance clubs in Ogden anymore, is there?
Yeah. Alleged has started this new series that I think starts next month, which is like they're going to have electronic music on the rooftop.
Oh, I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So it's growing for sure, but it's still like very
in its
small.
Infancy, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll have one set that's more just your songs with the instruments and maybe more vocals. But then, you're kind of set up so you can kind of do a dual DJ show.
Yeah.
And do 3 hours and throw your songs in there, but sort of.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where does the name come from?
So so we both came up with it. It was, it's really similar to my explanation for Clesh, where it's like, we just wanted like a cool random word that didn't exist on like Spotify. Like, so that's the first place you check. It's like, okay, does somebody have this artist name?
Yeah.
And something that just like rolls off the tongue, something that's as few syllables as possible. Something that's just like short and sweet and different. And that's kind of like, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that same conversation with Hat Robot. I don't know if that's but yeah.
No?
It's like, it's a good philosophy. You know, you just
Yeah. Just need
Mine
something different.
right.
Yeah.
Except for when I was looking at it, and then I decided that there must be like a Utah correlation, the Sootah, Utah.
100% an accident. 100% an accident.
I know, and this is going to become
It's an
one of those
accident.
things where
Yeah.
people say Clash, and you got to correct them all the time.
It's like, it's Clesh. Yeah.
I guess that's the price you pay.
Honestly,
for a good,
like,
unique name.
it used to irk me when people would be like, "Oh, what's up, Clesh?" And I'm just like, dude, whatever. Call me whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't introduce myself as Clesh. Like if I'm networking with other people that are like DJs or like rappers or whatever, like I'm always just like, "Hi, I'm Brandon," or I'm like Will, like which is what my friends call me. Like I rarely introduce myself as Clesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of can't. But to me, you're fucking Clesh,
I
man.
love it, dude. Like I said, call me whatever you want.
But so it's Sootah.
Yeah, Sootah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just real soft.
Yep, Sootah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolls off the tongue.
And so are there like going back to the songwriting, like are there certain, I don't know, themes that you hit on, or like, I don't know, it's to me it feels like when you're writing certain genres, then there's like maybe certain things you feel like you're supposed to talk about or whatever. So like you put much thought into that kind of stuff, or
Yeah, I think a lot of them, or actually all of them, are pretty much based off of my emotional state at times, for different reasons. It could be like personal relationships. It could be like going down a wormhole of being on acid. I don't know. It just kind of depends. So like it's definitely like I have a hard time writing happy songs. That's never been something I've been good at, because like feeling like happy while you're singing a song when you actually don't feel happy is like a very weird thing to me. But like when you sing a sad song, it's like you can relate to that even if you're happy. Just like pull out that personal message while you're actually like playing that. So, yeah, a lot of the songs are based off of like things that have happened in my life, basically. Yeah.
And have you guys like been able to perform them live at all? Have you tried it, or like can you like I guess like have you in front of people?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we did like a DJ set at a house show recently.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we've done other stuff. Like, I mean, like we obviously like when we like practice our show. We recently filmed us. Like we had somebody film us like practicing like our live set. So like we've been at it like nonstop.
Yeah, because it is more like that. Like you do almost have to practice like a band, just because you've got to be on time with each other, right? It's different than if you're ever just doing it by yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you can like DJ practice for hours, and it's just like it'll always be different because you're just kind of like freestyling songs, like just picking random shit that sounds good together. But for the performance set, it is like it's band practice.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or even if you're live DJing for, say Earthworm, it's like you're still just doing your thing. It's not like you got to be in sync with another guy.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, I mean, yeah, like the hip hop stuff, yeah, for sure. It's a lot more like press play. And like in James raps, but obviously like I scratch on pretty much all of our songs now. So there's like that technical element to it.
Yeah.
This Sootah stuff though, it's like way different than a hip hop show. Because like, I mean, Cody's, obviously singing guitar. He has his like Elise's drum pad. But like he said, I also have like my beat pad that I'm using where like I'm triggering sounds as well. So
you're doing a lot more of that live.
Yeah, it's a lot more like live drumming, live like beat sound playing, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because I mean, you don't really have to do that, right? I mean, you could sort of.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to. Or neither of us have to. Like really,
realistically, we don't.
Realistically, all we need to do is like play an instrumental and Cody sing, and that's it. And like that would be considered a live set. But, I don't know. We've just been having way too much fun with trying to figure out different sounds to play or like ways to dissect our songs.
Oh yeah.
To like play them live.
Yeah. I mean, do they change like that? Do they sort of evolve a little bit?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like we've added some cool elements to a lot of our songs that even haven't been released yet. Like we're just adding different things that we think would be fun like at a concert because like we want people to be dancing. We want people to also like enjoy our music in that way. So like live sets being different than recorded things are always, I think, a very important thing.
Oh yeah.
Because you want to make people go to your shows. So
it's almost what's kept me away from electronic music in the past is like I need a certain like performative element, and so
exactly.
It's gonna be a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, we can suggest so many artists for you if you want more of a performative element. Yeah. Because I agree. I agree with you. Like DJs that are producers generally are just they're just playing DJ sets. But there are certain groups or artists that like do have a very like performative type live show.
Yeah.
It's not common, but it's really cool.
Yeah, right.
Do it. Yeah.
Those are definitely the shows that draw me.
Yeah.
Do you get to do any scratching in this stuff?
No.
There's no room for it.
No, not really. It's not the type of genre for it.
Right. Yeah. I've hit most of my questions. What about Cody? How long were you writing songs before you got with Brandon?
Since I was 14, so I can't math. I'm 31. What's that math?
16 years?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I was waiting for you to do it.
15? 17? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Well, and that was all just like you and an acoustic guitar? And
yeah. It was basically me being a teenager that had no friends trying to impress girls and serenade them. So I would start writing songs and play guitar.
Classic
as any
story.
musician does.
That's right. Yeah. And so was it like pop punk or was it like I don't know, emo?
Yeah, fairly. I had a very deep emo phase that has not faded.
Yeah.
But like it was kind of like City and Color, if you've ever heard of City and Color. It's Dallas Green, who's the lead singer, or Dallas Green is the lead singer of City and Color, but he was also the backup singer for Alexis on Fire. And like he just created like this whole acoustic set that's just like him and a guitar, and it's incredible. And like he's primarily who I pulled a lot of my influences from. So a lot of things are just like very sad and melancholic, and yeah.
So you feel like that does still influence what you're doing now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of my like songwriting will come from like City and Color and just bands like that are just like super stripped down and, you know, raw with emotions with the lyrics and like how they're actually singing it and stuff. So
Do you feel like you had to change your vocal style for this style of music?
A little bit. I definitely had to sing a lot quicker, which was something I had to get used to, you know, like actually staying on time with a BPM, as opposed to when you do singer-songwriter stuff, you just have a guitar and you can make your own time for the song.
Yeah.
So that was a big difference. And like, also I've never like recorded on a microphone before. So like getting used to all of that as well. And like click times and like everything. But, it was a fairly easy transition after a period of time. Yeah.
And do you do like the I don't know, the post production, like the vocal? Do you do all the producing?
Yeah. Yeah. So I do a majority of the production. I mean, between like me and Cody, like we both like produce the track, but like for the most part, I do produce most of it. Recording included, mixing the song.
Right.
We have
You record at your house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just record at my studio in my basement.
You already had the stuff to do like the guitar inputs and stuff?
Yeah. I just record it all through like my sound card.
Oh yeah.
But past that, we have been sending our tracks out to actually get mastered by somebody that knows electronic music mastering.
Yeah.
A lot more than I do, because like I can master hip hop. It's a little bit more simple. But mastering electronic music is a whole other world.
Yeah, because there is just so much, like so many different sounds and so many different like effects on the sounds. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I probably mentioned this in the other interview that we did, but like a hip hop track, it's it's vocals, it's drums, bass, lead, and like that's it. Generally, it's like 3 tracks because a lot of it is like sampled. But like, our music, like dance music in general, it's 50, 60 tracks of like different sounds. You have like 3 different kicks and you have 5 different snares and like 10 different like other drum elements, and you have like 10 different leads. You have 3 different bass sounds, and it's so much more complex, to a point where I admit it's beyond me in terms of like mastering and like making it sound super good. Like I've tried, like the first few songs that we did release, I did master. So like I'm not terrible at it, but there are people that do it professionally. So I'm just like, let's let them do it.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and I just heard about that subscription service. You guys do something like that, where it's like a monthly fee for
for mastering? No,
Yeah.
we
got somebody local. It's that
Yeah.
same one as Johnny Baseball?
No.
Oh, no.
So yeah, Johnny Baseball goes through Nick, and I do not remember his last name, from Grotto Studios in Salt Lake. We go through Nate Pfeiffer, and he's based out of Utah County.
Oh, okay.
His big name.
Yeah.
His big name in electronic music. He most famously works with KX5, which is Cascade and Deadmau5.
I see.
Production as well as like engineering for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he has a couple other music projects as well.
So would you know him? Like, how do you get in touch with that guy?
We met him through like Cop Kid, actually.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, we've been friends with them for a while, and then as we started to like put out music, they were just like, "Hey, you really need to hit up Nate because he'd be amazing to help your guys' music as well." So then we just hit him up on social media, and then he was willing to work with us too. So
That's cool.
yeah, it was really cool. He's incredible.
Yeah, so he mixed and mastered that Saturday, which is the single before First Night on Earth. And then the EP, he mastered 4 of the tracks on the EP.
Okay.
Yep.
That Saturday. I think that Saturday is my favorite one.
Thanks, man.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It makes me want to dance.
Yeah.
Cool. Come to the show, dude.
Yeah. I'm excited for the show. I don't think I have a babysitter yet. I'm excited for the show.
Bring the kids.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, no, I'm curious about that though. I heard that Kamikaze's like, do they have to end shows early now?
I don't think so.
I'd heard because that apartment building was there that they were like cracking down.
Well, I have no idea. Tommy hasn't told us anything about that.
All right,
Never heard about that.
that's good.
I don't know.
I'm trying
when was
to
the
remember who
last
told
time
me
we played
that.
a show at Kamikaze's?
That was like 6 months ago.
Was it 6 months ago?
Yeah. You
Oh
were-
yeah, it was like in the fall or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earthworm and I played a show at Kamikaze's
Hmm.
in the fall, and we weren't told anything
Yeah.
otherwise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. Did we get all the details of the show? Saturday the 29th,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kamikazes.
Yep.
Probably 9 or 10 or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could just do like a full like pitch for it. Right
Yeah.
now, if you
all
want.
right. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to do it or you want me to do it?
You do it.
Okay. April 29th, Kamikazes. Yeah, so we're playing a show at Kamikazes April 29th, Saturday. It will be music will start at 9 p.m. $10 cover, 21 plus. Sootah headlining Earthworm DJ set, and DJ Superstar of the supergroup Cop Kid will be there as well, aka Marty Proudfit.
Nice. All right. Cool. I think that's all I had.
Cool.
Sweet.
Also, we have an EP coming out on Friday. So
Oh, yeah.
save that. Listen to it.
And what is it like? Does that like you just want them to listen on Spotify, right? You just want as many
Yeah.
listens on Spotify as possible, right?
Yeah, anywhere you
yeah.
consume music, but
Anywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot-
It'll be on Apple Music. It'll be on YouTube,
yeah,
Amazon Prime, like all this stuff, which is really nice.
yeah. Best thing you could do to help an artist is to pre-save it.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. By the time this airs, you can just go to the bio in the Sootah Instagram account, and just Sootah Music, and pre-save it, and it helps like algorithmically with
Really?
Spotify. Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah. Pre-saves is like a super save. Yeah.
I saw you guys pushing that. I'd never done it before, so I couldn't. I didn't immediately see how to do it on Spotify, so I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But all right, I'll find it.
Yeah, pre-save it, add it to all your playlists too. You know, listen to it when you're sad, listen to it when you're happy.
Oh yeah,
Dance
some
to
of
it.
it's super happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole EP is just like, yeah, don't get us wrong. Like our music is just not like a depressive episode by no means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely melancholic in a lot of elements, but it is a dance project and it is
Oh yeah.
designed to make you move. So,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Awesome.
Well, sweet.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Shout out One Ogden.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Let's start with favorite local restaurants. You got any of those?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Thai Pho Kitchen because I eat pho when I'm hungover, which is pretty much every day, and they save my life. Shout out them.
All right. Is that on 25th?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's like right next to those new buildings that they're building. So
Yeah.
on
The new
25th,
tall
the
apartment.
new tall
buildings.
apartments. It's like right next to that space.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a friend who's like picky about pho. Tell me that was good pho.
Yeah, it's very garlicky, and I love garlic. So, but like having all that salt in your system after being really hungover saves your life.
That's right.
Doctor advice from Sootah.
Doctor advice. I'm dating a doctor, so
Practically a doctor.
practically a doctor.
That's true.
You got any like? What's your favorite place to just go hang out if you got some time to go chill?
Honestly, I feel like it's our house
Is that?
because
Yeah,
like we live a block
studios.
away from each other.
Oh, okay.
So then we're always just like, hey, friends, come hang out at our house.
Yeah.
'cause then we can do that,
Yeah.
and then it's chill.
Yeah.
But-
Also shout out like lavender vinyl,
oh, fuck yeah,
reborn vintage.
love lavender right now.
Reborn. Yeah.
Shout out Ledge Rooftop because it's getting warm.
Yes.
I love that rooftop so much.
so excited.
Same. So excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, just I mean, yeah, some electronic music up there. That sounds great.
Yep. I think it's like May 18th or something like that is when the first one is, but
Yeah.
it should be a good time.
Right. I saw that Thursday nights. Except for now they're not doing trivia. Is that right? They stopped doing trivia so they could do that.
Yep.
So
Yep. I think so. I think Funk and Dive still does trivia though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do trivia like Mondays or Tuesdays, I think.
Yeah.
What about any local nonprofits?
Is Ogden Pride considered a nonprofit?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Because they're
Yeah.
the one. They're the shit.
they're good people.
I love them. I actually used to work at the amphitheater. So when they first started having Pride at the amp, like I was working those, and they're also super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And like going back each year, it's always a good time.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Because all I knew about them was those festivals. But just like 2 months ago, I went to a drag show, and they have all these, all this new outreach they're doing. Like
Yeah.
they're just ramping it up all the time.
yeah, exactly.
I like that.
At the Goat?
It was at
Enrico?
No Frills.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was cool. It was good. It was not they weren't grooming any kids.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. They never do.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, it was just spaghetti and bingo.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. I think that can you just oh no, yeah. What about like bands, local bands?
Well, Sootah is pretty great.
Yeah.
It just came out. Yeah, I mean, Cop Kids, amazing. They're super close friends of ours, and obviously Worm and Clesh are just always been killing it since before I even moved here. So, Sammy Brew, he's absolutely incredible. Like his new album and like their new performance is just so
Dude,
amazing.
Dark Mode is so good.
I fucking love new Sammy
so
Brew so
fucking
much.
good.
Yeah.
I was so impressed. Like when I saw him live,
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is the shit.
Me too. I was one of those that I like folk music, and that stuff was pretty good. But
Yeah.
when I heard this new stuff, I was like, oh damn, that's
Dude, I used to sell that kid skateboards when I worked at Zimmies.
Really?
Like when he was
Yeah.
like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
he
it's,
seems cool.
it's so rad to see
He
like
is.
the artist that he's turned into.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah.
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 Also to see him in bars and stuff is so weird.
oh
too.
yeah. Right.
I know. When he was playing Funk and Dive, I was like, "You're allowed in here now." I'm like, good. Yeah.
Do you guys know this kid named Kip Congo? Have you heard of him?
I don't
He's in a
think I
band
have.
called, I think, Sunfish. And then he's been throwing these shows in the back of his yard. He's been calling it Kip's Place, and he got shut down, but now he's trying to do it again.
I
That
don't think
guy's
so.
he's doing cool stuff. He's like right by that Smith's on 12th Street.
Oh, okay.
So
What's his name again?
Kip Congo, and I think his band's
Congo.
Sunfish.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to check him out.
yeah, because that whole just the lack of venues here. When you mentioned that there's no dance venues here, and I realized that that's also another thing we lost. I'm just like, fuck, we don't have shit for live music here.
Well, I mean, especially like all ages venues.
Yeah,
Like there's, unless I'm missing somebody, like I don't think we don't have a single one.
Just
No.
Twilight.
Yeah, just like Twilight, I guess, and then spaces that people can rent, but like not an actual like venue. Like R.I.P. Mojo's in the basement, but
yeah,
yeah. So it's bars,
bars.
Yep,
Bars.
yeah, bars where people are going to not listen to music.
Yeah, right.
Just talk
For the
over
most
you the
part.
entire time.
And without real dance floors.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's a challenge, but
You know what? You guys are gonna create the scene. That's what I think.
that would be cool.
Dope.
Yeah. People are gonna
I
start
agree.
dancing
We're
in the
gonna do
streets.
it. We're gonna do it. We're doing it, Cody. Put that on my dreamer list. Dude. Like,
All right, cool. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Thanks,
of
man.
course. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got to pee so bad.